Ignorance is destroying Japan. Japan fails to respond to the call to buy rice, facing a fentanyl and diplomatic crisis. Fentanyl and rice, how is the Japanese government responding? If you're concerned, now's the time. Please subscribe and give us a like.
Intro. Chapter 1, Trump's Warning. Chapter 2, The Failure of Stonewall Diplomacy. Chapter 3, Fentanyl and the War. Chapter 4, Sanctions Simulation. Chapter 5, Rice Imports as a Diplomatic Card. Chapter 6, Proactive Diplomacy to Seize the Initiative. Chapter 7, The Courage Required of a Leader. Starting with the intro. Japan is facing more than just an election. Fentanyl, tensions with China, and the wrath of Trump. That anger could shatter Japan's economy and its future in an instant. The Japanese government announced that not a single fentanyl seizure has occurred in the past 6 years. However, US reports clearly identify Japan as a loophole in fentanyl trafficking routes. This raises a serious question. Is fentanyl really not coming in? Or is it simply not being detected because no one is checking? This suggests that President Trump sees Japan as a partner with whom no deal can be made. Trump's intended meaning. Japan refuses to negotiate, or won't listen, or never compromises. Japan won't agree to terms that are favorable to him. Japan isn't fair, it's unfair. These comments carry a critical tone filled with dissatisfaction and frustration. What Trump really means when he uses this phrase, "Can't make a deal, it brings no benefit to him." Wants to make a deal, pressure for the other side to concede more. Ends the deal, a warning of one-sided sanctions or tariffs. In short, this is a warning sign meaning, give me more concessions, or face sanctions. In fact, Trump has taken direct action shortly after making such statements. In past disputes over tariffs and military expenses. You can't make a deal with Japan. This is a typical example of Trump's pressure tactics. A warning that tariffs or sanctions could be next. Dismissing it lightly and assuming it won't have any impact is a dangerous miscalculation. Why has Japan reported zero fentanyl seizures, even amid strong suspicions of smuggling? And can a clueless government that can't even respond to a simple demand to buy rice really protect the nation? In Chapter 1, we reveal the dangers of Ishiba's do-nothing diplomacy, focusing on the fentanyl crisis, trade negotiations, and Trump's true intentions. Amid all this, there are two problematic remarks we must not overlook. One of them is Prime Minister Ishiba's comment, "The Japanese language is a hassle." This is a symbolic remark that shows disregard for Japanese culture and the nation itself. It reflects a lack of respect for the language and history of the Japanese people. The other remark was the claim that Japan's fiscal situation is worse than Greece's. This statement instills unnecessary fear in the public and serves as a dangerous political trick to justify austerity policies. It can be seen as a misleading manipulation that ignores Japan's fiscal structure and monetary sovereignty. Even more concerning is President Trump's criticism that Japan buys neither our rice nor our cars, and yet the Japanese government couldn't even offer a proper response. Behind this lies the presence of an agriculture minister who has no understanding of agricultural policy. Minister Koizumi lost all trust from farmers when it became clear he didn't even understand the basic structure in which Japan Agricultural Cooperatives, uses profits from its financial sector to cover agricultural losses. A person like that is in no position to make a decision to buy rice in negotiations with the United States. Before even talking about diplomacy, they don't understand domestic agriculture. And that is the fundamental limitation of the current administration. This kind of thoughtless rhetoric and lack of structural understanding is precisely what symbolizes the fragility of the current administration. Right now, Japan is facing more than just an election. Fentanyl, US-China tensions, and the wrath of Trump. That anger could bring down Japan's economy and its future in an instant. This kind of careless rhetoric and lack of structural understanding perfectly symbolizes the fragility of the current administration. In addition, serious doubts have arisen about the foreign minister's crisis management capabilities. An incident occurred in which, upon returning to his room at the parliamentary dormitory, a woman was found to have entered while he was away. The foreign minister did not report the intruder as suspicious, and instead inspected the room for bugs himself, claiming that there was no problem. What's worse, even after reports that the same woman appeared again later, no investigation was conducted, and the matter was simply ignored. Can this really be called crisis management from a foreign minister? Can a government like Ishiba's, one that places such individuals in key positions, truly be trusted to run the country? We have now reached the point where we must question not just the government's words, but its substance. Right now, Japan is facing more than just an election. Fentanyl, US-China relations, and the wrath of Trump. That anger could bring down Japan's economy and its future in an instant. Prime Minister Ishiba said, "Japanese is a hassle and Japan's fiscal situation is worse than Greece's." These remarks can be seen as misleading narratives that ignore Japan's fiscal structure and monetary sovereignty. Fentanyl, US-China relations, and the wrath of Trump. That wrath could bring down Japan's economy and its future in a flash. In Chapter 1, we expose the dangers of Ishiba's passive diplomacy, focusing on the fentanyl crisis, trade negotiations, and President Trump's true intentions. This is a narrative I developed together with ChatGPT about the silent war waged by China, centered on fentanyl and its true nature. While it includes perspectives that may differ from the actual structure, it presents a vision built on a belief in new possibilities. Next time, Chapter 1, The Trump Warning. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up sign like. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments.